I think we're good to start this next one. Let's talk about who we're playing as this time around. Who are you playing as, Mona?
I am playing as Madam Hooch, and 1 time per game, I may search for a broom in my deck. I'm sorry that it's slow. It's because this is in French, and I'm trying to... A little practice here.
Yep.
Show it to you, and then shuffle, essentially.
That's it. I
put it in my hand
by heart because I just love playing as Hooch all the time. So yeah, you got that correct.
100% dope.
And I'm playing as Professor Minerva McGonagall. This is probably the card most people choose to play with just because it's so good. She's a witch, Gryffindor, unique. Once per game, you may discard the adventure your opponent has played. You don't get the reward, though. And she provides 1 Transfiguration lesson power. Just makes Transfiguration splashable in anything. If you choose to start as her, it's pretty great.
I love McGonagall so much. It's just, she's such a lifesaver. I mean, between her and Snape, it's just wild, yeah.
Yep, that base set came out swinging.
Yeah, for sure.
I can roll a dice. Would you like to call it evens or odds?
Cool, I'll do even.
All right. And it rolled off, but it was a 1, so that's for me.
You got it.
Draw 7. Alrighty, I am good to go. I'll draw for turn. And first action, Care of Magical Creatures. Second action, Care of Magical Creatures. Over to you.
Nice. Draw to start. First action, Transfiguration. Second, Transfiguration.
Okay. I'll draw first action, Lesson. Second action, draw. Over to you.
All right, draw to start. Let's see. I always forget to use Hooch's ability.
Me too. I recommend doing it in the... I honestly, ever since I've started recognizing that I get through the whole game without doing it, I do it on turn 1. However, my strategy with that is I only run 1 broom, and it's very low cost, just to get that kind of early ramp going. But yeah, there are higher cost brooms you might want to get later in the game too. So my strategy is not for everybody, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. So what I'll do is I'm going to use her. So once per game, ability to search my deck for a broom. Okay. And then I got to show it to you. So let me figure out which one I'm going to do.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to do... Oh, I just dropped it. All right, I'm going to do Comet 260. Let me shuffle this.
Okay.
And then I'll read Comet 260. Alrighty. Okay, Comet 260. One time, let me see. Your adversary. Okay, so essentially, I can. Comet 260 allows me to not take 1 damage that you're going to essentially put on me,
yep,
if you will.
I totally got it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting broom.
Yeah, for sure. And it also helps me with one Quidditch power, so that's nice.
Awesome.
Okay, so then I'm going to use that action, my first action, to play that. So this wasn't an action. This is just a one-time per game ability. So that's my first. And then, let's see. My second, I'm going to play Fouled, or is it Fout? Foul?
I think it's Fouled.
French. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so maybe my pronunciation. I'll eventually get into my pronunciations, and then all of the French people will be like, "Stop doing that." Okay, so let's see. So I do 4 damage to you.
Yep.
And then you get 1 less action next turn.
Got it. Ouch.
Yeah, ouch indeed.
All right, I will draw for turn. I have 1 action, and I will play a lesson and back over to you.
All right, cool.
And you got one of Dobby's disappearances.
Nice. I'm not mad at it. All right, first action. Oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't have any of my Magical creatures. First action, I'm going to play Fouled again, so you take 4 and you have 1 less action.
Yep.
And then second, I'm going to draw.
Okay. I'll draw and have 1 action. I'm going to play Lost Notes. Choose one of your opponent's items or lessons in play and discard it. I'm going to discard the broom.
Okay.
And over to you.
All right, draw to start. Okay. First action, I will draw. Second action, I'll draw. Over to you.
Okay. First action, I'll play Lost Notes. I'll choose your Transfiguration lesson and discard it.
Okay.
And second action, I'll play a Magical Creatures and pass turn.
All right, I'll draw to start. First action, I'll play Magical Creatures lesson. Second action, I'll draw. Over to you.
Okay, I'll draw. First action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play Owl Post to draw 3. 1.
Nice.
2, 3. And then second action, I'll play a Magical Creatures. Over to you.
Draw to start. First action, I'll play Magical Creatures. Second action, I'll play a Black Bat.
Okay. Oh, another Dobby's. And a Lost Notes. That was an effective Black Bat.
Nice, okay. Not mad at it.
I will draw. Ugh, this sets me back so far. But I still am going to do it. So first action, I'll play a Welsh Green Dragon. I have to discard 2 of my Magical Creature lessons, but he does an additional or automatic 6 damage when played.
You got it. 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then second action, I still have 5. I'm going to play a Manticore. And I will pass turn and take 2 damage from the bat.
Alright. Let's see. My first action, I'll play another Black Bat.
Okay.
My second action, I'm going to play Picking on Neville on your Welsh Green.
Okay. I will discard the Manticore and a lesson.
All right. Over to you, and I take 6.
Yep. I'll draw for turn. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play Dobby's Disappearance on your Transfiguration lesson.
Okay.
And then my extra action, I'll just use to draw. Over to you.
All right. Draw to start. You take 4. Yeah. Okay. First action, I'll play Transfiguration. And second action, I'll play Fouled. Do 4 damage, and you get 1 fewer actions.
Okay. Alright, I'll start for turn and deal 6. I get 1 action, so I'll play a lesson card, and it's over to you then.
Draw to start. You take 4.
2.
First action, I'll play a lesson. And second action, I'll play Ouch. Do 5 damage to you. And you have to discard a card from your hand.
Ouch is right. Oh my gosh, I love Quidditch, and I forgot how brutal that card is.
Yeah, Quidditch is wild.
I'll get rid of a Scribbly 4s.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start. 6 from the dragon. I'll play a lesson for my first action. And for my second action, I'll play another dragon and discard these 2 for number 6. And I will pass turn and take 4 from your bats.
Okay, draw to start. All right, let's see. I gotta try to come out swinging, so I'm gonna do first action, ouch. Second action,
game.
out.
Yep, nope, I only had 3 cards left. GG.
Oh, man.
That was
okay.
Good.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
I love getting the dragons in play, but yeah, it just felt like it was a little too slow for me. But that was a heck of a matchup. I think the MVP of Quidditch, in my opinion, because I'd like to play Quidditch a lot myself, is Fouled. Like, that is such a good card. Slow down actions, still dealing damage. That's awesome.
Yeah, Fouled is pretty bonkers. That's the cool thing about Quidditch is that, you know, it's got to be brutal. So it's not just doing damage; it's doing damage and something else. You know,
100%.
So it's pretty wild. And this is one of my favorite decks to play with because it's a tricolor deck, and it's like every time I draw a card, I never know what's going to happen. You know, it could be a Quidditch card, it could be a Care Magical Creatures, it could be a Transfiguration. So it's pretty fun to play with. I enjoy it.
Heck yeah. I feel like that's what's awesome about the lesson system in Harry Potter is that all it takes is just the one power for you to be able to play those. So like McGonagall, for instance, like as long as you have just the one Transfiguration, you could be running 2 other colors, for instance, and still get to play some Transfiguration spells. That's just like a great mechanic. It feels good to be able to splash so many different things, and it's because each color provides their own unique abilities. So there's at times where like, what if I do wanted to splash something healing in, so it's a good idea to have Snape as your starter. So lots of versatile decks to be made.
Definitely. I totally agree. I kind of wanted to experiment mainly just for fun. I don't know if it would be any good, but I definitely would like to build a deck with all the lessons.
That would be interesting. I like that idea a lot. It'd have to be all very low cost, just so like they can actually see play. But I know what you mean. If there's like there's definitely something there, and even if it's not the most competitive deck or very good, it'd be fun to just see how it performs.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's something like starting with Snape, so that, well, actually, probably not. Now that I say it out loud, because it might be good to have those spell cards in the deck that can heal, and you know, so that you can continue trying to like not only heal your deck but also get those lessons that you need back into your deck in case they're discarded. And potion's probably going to be the best bet for that. So it might be something like, I don't know, starting off with Sprout, where you can have some plants that'll like absorb some of the damage that might be taken, so it's not coming straight from your deck where all your lessons are, and then you know, just kind of scattering it in. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It's like, I mean, it's just really going to be sort of like for fun, obviously, not like a competitive deck, but
totally. No, that sounds interesting. And yeah, I would like to see what cards end up making the cut, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to chat about that.
All right, drawing 7. And I will draw to start the game.
Already?
I'll do first action, Care of Magical Creatures. Second action, Care of Magical Creatures.
Okay. Draw to start. First action, Care of Magical Creatures. Second action, Transfiguration.
Okay. I'll draw. First action, Care of Magical Creatures. Second action, picking on Neville on the Care of Magical Creatures lesson.
Discarding it.
Yep.
All right.
And over to you.
Draw to start. First action. Actually, I'm gonna use my Hooch.
Good call. Yeah.
Before I forget. Yeah.
Totally smart.
Yeah. And la 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 la. I am gonna search for Comet 260, so I'll show that to you. I'm gonna shuffle. All right, that's gonna go in my hand.
Yep.
First action, I'm gonna draw. Second action, I'm gonna play a lesson.
Okay. I'll draw. First action, play a lesson. Second action, I'm going to play a prickly porcupine. When you play this card, draw a card. Yep, and over to you.
All right, draw to start. Okay. First action, I'm going to play the Comet 260.
Yep.
Which absorbs 1 damage that you'll do to me.
Got it.
And the second action, I will play picking on Neville on your porcupine.
Yep.
Or you can discard 2 other cards.
I think I'm going to let the porcupine go.
Okay.
Okay. I'll draw for turn. I'll do first action, lesson. Second action, lost notes on the broom.
Okay. Discard it.
Yep. And over to you.
Draw to start. First action, I'll play a lesson. And second action, fouled. Do 4 damage to you, and you get 1 fewer actions.
You got it. Alright, I will draw for turn. With my one action, I'll play Picking on Neville on a Transfiguration lesson.
Alright, discarding that.
And over to you.
Draw to start. First action, I'll play a Comet 260. Second action, I'm gonna play redressement, whatever that is. I'll do 2 damage to you,
Okay.
and then I'll draw 2 cards.
Nice.
I would think that I'd have all of these memorized by now, but I actually don't, which might make it even more fun for me, I guess. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
anyway.
I love that. I'll draw for turn. I think my first action is going to be a Dobby's disappearance on the broom. So
Yep.
Still have
My hand.
2 actions. My second action will be another Dobby's disappearance on a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 actions. I'll play Porcupine and draw a card. And then with my last action, I'll play a lesson.
Nice. Draw to start. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play a broom.
Okay.
And how much is that damage of the porcupine?
2.
Okay, so I'm going to take 1.
Got it.
Because of that broom. Yeah, absorbs another.
First action, I'll just play a lesson. And I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second action, this is super mean. Play Invisible Ink. Choose up to 2 lessons in play and discard them. I'm going to discard the Transfigurations.
Nice. Two of them.
Yeah, Invisible Ink.
Yeah.
What a brutal card. I didn't even know much about it. It's one of the Chamber Secret cards, so I'm lucky that I even have any of them. But really powerful, but high cost. But man, discarding 2 lessons is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with this where I'm unable, like for some reason I can't even pull any lessons, so that's super good.
Yep.
All right, my turn.
Yep, you're good to go.
Draw to start. First action, I'll draw. Second action, I'll play Care Magical Creatures lesson.
Okay.
Over to you. I'll take 1.
Yep. I will play a Care Magical Creatures for first action and draw for second. Your go.
Draw to start. Right. First action, I'll play a lesson. And second action, I'll play a black bat. Do 2 damage right away.
Yep.
All right. Over to you, and I'll take 1.
Yep. I kind of want to look through my discard, but I'll do that in a minute. All right. So again, don't hate me forever. First action, Invisible Ink on your 2 lessons.
Yep.
And second action, I'll play a Care of Magical Creatures lesson. And I just want to see
Nice.
if any of your damage has got rid of my dragons yet, because that's really what I'm hoping to hit eventually.
Gotcha.
Your turn.
Draw to start, you take 2.
Yep.
First action, I'll draw. And second action, I will draw. Over to you.
Okay.
I'll take 1.
Yeah, now I'm thinking. I don't know if there are adventures in here. There most likely are, but I almost think that Diagon Alley adventure would be super brutal in this deck because it's so controlling.
Yeah.
And to stop you from drawing cards would be insane.
Definitely.
I'm going to use my first action to play Owl Post and draw 3. And then my second action will be to play Scribbly Fours. Choose 2 of your opponent's cards in play, other than their starting character. He or she chooses 1 and discards it, and returns the other to his or her hand. So I was gonna, I'm choosing the 2 you have in play. So you discard 1, and the other goes back to hand.
All right. So the bat will go back to hand, and I'll discard the broom.
Cool. Your turn.
Starting from scratch.
Dude,
Draw
what
to
a
start.
brutal deck. This is insane.
All good, man. All good. All right. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play a lesson.
Okay.
Over to you, and I'll take 2 this time.
Yep. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play a Welsh green, dealing 6, and I discard 2.
Nice.
And over to you.
6. Draw to start. First action, I will play Transfiguration lesson. And let's see. Second action. I'm gonna play Black Bat, do 2 damage.
You got it. All right.
Over to you. So that's 8.
Yes.
2.
Man, this deck is just straight up brutal.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm going to, for my first action, draw. Second action, picking on Neville on the bat.
Alrighty.
And over to you.
Draw to start. First action, picking on Neville on your dragon.
Yep. Let me think. I'm gonna get rid of the porcupine and a lesson.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna play second action, picking on Neville on your dragon.
Yep. I will get rid of the lessons. That was pretty effective. Stop me from playing more.
All right, over to you, and I'll take 6.
Yep. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I will play Lost Notes on the Transfiguration lesson.
Alrighty.
And over to you.
Draw to start. Let's see. First action, I will play Clean Sweep 7. So this is where I can look at the top 4 cards of my deck and put them back in any order.
Nice.
Alright, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's pretty handy.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Put them back in any order. Alright, let's see. Now, Well, not really gonna matter much. Let's go. I will play another redressement and do 2 damage to you, and I'll draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Over to you, and I think you got me anyway. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice.
GG. These dragons are insane. I think they're like,
Yeah, man.
it feels bad discarding 2 every time, but it just does so much work if it doesn't get handled. And that's the thing. Not every deck really has a means of dealing damage to creatures. I feel like unless that's a focus of your deck, it usually goes by the wayside. And then watch it, you play a strictly Quidditch deck and there's no creatures in it at all anyway, and then your whole deck is geared around defeating creatures. So it definitely makes you have to be versatile. So, all right, well, you won the first one, so this is going to game 3. This should be interesting to see how it wraps up.
Yeah, seriously, it's I'm glad we had this opportunity though. It's always fun to have like the 1-1, and then the last game is going to be a tell-all. So
yeah, this is our first time that's happened. You've been whooping my butt all these times 2-0. So we'll see.
Well, hey, that last victory kind of made up for it all, because that was pretty brutal for sure. Getting rid of the lessons is just like so wild. It's one of those things that you just need. I can't do anything. So
yep, and this is very much. I'm trying to think who can I give credit for this. I'm almost certain it was on a tournament website where it got first place, and I obviously changed it up a little bit. So I don't think in their final build it was a little more streamlined with lower cost creatures. But I love just throwing in those dragons, because the main goal of this is lessen destruction, and just making sure like if there's a adventure that we don't like, we have McGonagall's power for at least 1 get out of jail card free. This deck is pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely. This deck here, I actually found the bones for on Pojo,
Nice.
Pojo.com. They're one of those old school websites. At least the Harry Potter TCG portion of it has been archived, and so it looks exactly as it did, back in 2001, 2, and 3, which is super cool. On my YouTube channel, I have like a little Let's Explore Pojo video that I've done, and kind of showcase some of the deck garages that they have, which is really nice. I have made some changes to the deck, but for the most part, like the foundation of it being Hooch as the starting character, and then the tricolor and all that stuff. Pojo has a really good amount of decks that they've listed, and what's pretty cool is like back in the day, apparently you were able to build a deck and then you send your deck list into Pojo, and there's like 3 or 4 different people who ran the website, and you would kind of ask one of them to look at your deck and make any changes that they thought would be beneficial to make it better. And so you can see what a person wrote, like what their deck was to begin with, and then the dialogue between them and let's, like, for example, there's a person whose nickname was Snuffles. So like you would go on there and Snuffles would talk about your deck, what's good and what they would change, and then at the end of the article or the kind of exchange is like the new deck now, and you can see like what changes were made and why they chose them. So it's just a really cool piece of history that I definitely believe is overlooked, but that's why like I try to play with some of the decks and I talk about them as much as I can, and I have that little tidbit on the YouTube channel, which I suggest people just go to pojo.com and check it out, because they have so much history of the game. So that's where I got this. I say all of that just to...
Oh, that's super cool, the background into it. We'll definitely have to put some links in the episode description or on our YouTube, so you guys can check out Pojo. And what a glimpse into the past. And Snuffles, if you're out there listening or watching, we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah, man, 100%. And it's funny that you say that. Actually, a couple years ago, I reached out to like a couple of the emails that were listed. I was kind of like digging through and archiving, and one person did end up responding, and they were like, "Yeah, I was, I was one of the people that ran that website years ago, and I gave them like the info to the Discord and all that stuff, and life is life, and maybe they just didn't, really care too much to kind of, chat much about what they were doing back in the day." But if they have a change of heart and if they do want to have a conversation, I'd love to pick their brain. So yeah, if you're listening, please hit us up.
Heck yeah.
All right, so I won badly. I will start.
Yep.
Draw to start. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play another, and I am going to use my Hooch.
Heck yeah.
To get in my deck. And to take a Comet 260. Let me pull it up here. All right, over to you.
I'll draw for turn. I'll drop a lesson for first action and draw a card for second action.
All right, I'll draw to start, and I think I need to help out with this focus here.
Oh, you're good. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yep, okay. Alrighty, so I drew to start, yeah?
I think so. I missed it, sorry.
If
you didn't, you're totally good too.
No, I think I did. All good. First action, I'll play a lesson. Second action, I'll play a lesson.
All right.
Over to you.
First action, lesson. Second action, draw. Over to you.
All right, draw to start. First action, I'm going to play Ouch, do 5 damage to you, and then you choose a card in your hand and discard it.
4, 5. Wow, that's a lot of lessons going. Choose a card in my hand and discard it. I'll get rid of a Defendo.
And then my second action, I'm going to play Redressement and do 2 damage to you and draw 2 cards.
Okay.
I have to know what the hell this damn card is. Like, I know it's I know someone out there, whoever's watching, is like shouting it out, and I haven't looked it up. So
can I see the artwork again? I think it's
yeah.
What is that one? Pulling up, I think.
Maybe you're right.
I'm not sure. It seems like that's like what's happening in the art, so it makes me think. I forget. We'll have to confirm or
I'll look it up. It's no biggie. Yeah, for sure.
All right. I don't think I drew for turn. I'm gonna do that. First action, I will draw. Second action, I will draw. Over to you.
All right, draw to start. First action, I'll play a black bat, do 2 damage right away.
Okay.
Second action, I'm going to play fouled and do 4 damage, and you get 1 fewer actions.
Okay. Oh my god, all my lessons. No! It was 4 back-to-back lessons.
that made me so happy just now.
That was brutal. Alright, and I get 1 less action. Alright, I will play 1 action for Care of Magical Creatures, and it's your go.
Draw to start, you take 2.
Okay. Gosh. I don't know how many lessons I have.
Man, yeah. That was wild. Alright, first action, I'm gonna play an Ouch, do 5 damage to you, and you choose 1 card in your hand and discard it.
Oh my god, that was all lessons and Dobby's disappearances. You are crushing it right now with the damage.
Damn, the HPTCG gods are on my side.
Yes, there's this is gonna be a win, I'm sure. Let's see. I will get rid of, it's not doing me any help right now, an invisible ink.
Got it. And my second action, I played Comet 260.
Okay, cool. I'll draw. All right. First action is draw. Second action is lesson. Over to you.
Draw to start. You take 2.
Yep.
First action, I'll play Transfiguration lesson. Second action, I'll play a Lost Notes on one of your lessons.
Yep. Nice.
Over to you.
Okay, I'll draw. First action, a lesson. Second action, a Lost Notes on your Transfiguration.
All right.
And over to you, I take 2.
Yep, draw to start.
Oh my
Nice,
God.
okay.
All the lessons.
First action, I'll play Transfiguration. Second action, I'm going to play a Lost Notes on one of your lessons.
Back and forth with the Lost Notes. It's awesome.
Yeah, straight up.
All right, I'll draw for turn. Oh boy, let's think here. I'm going to first action picking on Neville on the black bat.
All right, picking on Neville, which will discard it. And yeah, that's cool.
And then second action, I'm going to picking on Neville the broom.
All right.
And over to you.
All right, draw to start. Okay, first action, play a black bat, do 2 damage.
Yep. Oh, I lost a Dobby.
And let me see. I will play. This is a card that I feel like shouldn't be in this deck because I never really play it. So I'll play it now, which is color changing ink.
Nice. I love that card, the flavor of it, what it does, but I never find it in decks either. I mean, I don't really use it often, so it's cool to see you use it now, though.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's like, do I really need it? I don't really know, but I'm going to play it now. And so for those that don't know, so I can use an action to count the number of cards in my hand, put them on the bottom of my deck in any order, and then draw that many cards.
Yep, just a total refresh of the hand. It's really nice.
Yeah. All right, over to you.
All right, I'll draw for turn. I'll play a lesson. And
I can see your hand a bit.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to Dobby's disappearance, a Care of Magical Creature lesson.
All right.
And then with the extra actions, I'll do a Lost Note on the Transfiguration.
Okay, discarding it.
Yep. And over to you.
All right, draw to start. You take 2.
Yep. Oh, you got one of my dragons.
Nice, okay. First action, I'm going to play a black bat. You do 2 damage.
Yep.
Second action, I'll play a lesson. Over to you.
For turn. First action, I'll do a lesson. Second action, I'll do a lost notes on a lesson.
All right.
And that's over to you, and I take 4.
Draw to start.
Oh, both my dragons.
All right. First action, I'm going to play Foul. Do 4 damage to you, and you get 1 fewer actions.
2, 3, 4. Yep. That's game, because when you
Dang.
Yep. GG.
That's bonkers.
That was good. So I was happy to see how this deck operated last game, and it like fired on all cylinders. But the real issue that I find with this deck is I run a boatload of super high cost cards, and if you never hit the threshold, you are kind of just stumbling the whole time. What a great matchup, though. I love seeing both decks go head to head, and yeah, GG's.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and the thing is, I kind of got lucky with this one because right away I was able to get lessons out finally and then play some of these. And, I actually didn't realize that you were so low on those because, I still have pretty much my whole deck here. But, getting out a couple ouch. I mean, we're talking 5, 10, 16 damage, kind of pretty early on.
Yep, and limiting my actions with those fouls too. Yeah, that came out swinging. I love honestly the fact that you're even trying something as unique as a tricolor deck. I feel like I don't think I've ever really played against a tricolor deck, if I'm being honest. It's always either 1 or 2. So it's unique and cool to see how you're able to accomplish that with Hooch as your starter. That's a really fun one that you found on Pojo there.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, and it's one of those I don't have any Transfiguration lessons, right? And what I had in my hand were 2 Steel Claw. So
yep.
So it is good that you're choosing, the lesser of the lessons that I had, so it doesn't really make sense for you to take one of the Care Magical Creatures because I'll still have Care Magical Creatures.
Exactly.
So I definitely. Yeah, and so that's a really good strategy there, and of course, me not being able to play these, it could have contributed to doing a little bit more damage, assuming that you would have had more cards in your deck. But that's the thing is, at least being able to play, this was the only card that I had in my hand when I had just these and this, and at the time, I don't think I even had Black Bats out yet because those are kind of back to back. So in a case like that, maybe what I would have done was use this color changing ink to get rid of these, put them on the bottom of my deck, and then kind of start fresh.
100%.
I mean, with my luck, it would have been Transfiguration lessons, and then the cards that I needed were gone, of course. But yeah, that's one of the things is decks like this, you can really kind of do anything. So even if I don't have the lesson for this part specifically, I could potentially pull something else out. So.
We'll definitely have to post our deck lists in the comments or in the description of this video, and I'm looking forward to watching the replay of this one and counting all my lessons going early in the game and be like, how many did I have in my deck? And there was no chance of coming back after I was losing them. It was crazy.
Yeah, man, that's so funny. Well, definitely some great games, and you for sure. You definitely had your victory there because that last game was pretty brutal for me. So
all good. No, GG's. Thanks for your time, and we'll be back next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching.